2 summers ago, I spent 4 months working and living deep in boreal woodland caribou territory. But despite the fact that I was there for 4 months, I only saw a single woodland caribou on the ground. Only one. I saw plenty of white-tailed deer and even more moose, but just the one caribou. But I consider myself very lucky because so few people have the opportunity to see a boreal woodland caribou in the wild. And that's because they're that special combination of an animal that is both very rare and very far away. But 100 years ago, they were neither rare nor very far away. In fact, if you were in this auditorium listening to me speak 100 years ago, you would be able to leave now, get in your car, and be in woodland caribou territory before the last talk finished. If you were to try and do that today, it would take you until almost 4 in the morning. This represents an almost 50% loss in the range in Ontario, and this has been happening across the continent. The cause of this is a complicated combination of features that tends to have the same root cause, us. As we come into the boreal forest, we cut it down. What grows back tends to be favored by things like white-tailed deer and moose, which are historically uncommon on the landscape. The more white-tailed deer and moose there are, means there's more food for wolves. More wolves there are, means there's more food for the wolves, means there's more wolves being born. More wolves being born means there's more wolves out there to catch the caribou. But it's not only that, because we also build roads, and things like wolves love roads. So these wolves, thanks to us, there's more of them, but they're also moving faster and further than they ever were before. Historically, caribou used to deal with these dangers by, at least in part, displaying a behavior known as site fidelity. What site fidelity is that when a caribou finds an area that it deems safe and suitable, it will tend to return to that same site year after year during the same time of year. Historically, this was a very successful survival strategy. But what I wanted to know was how this site fidelity is changed in the modern boreal forest, so with all of the natural and the not so natural habitats that are in there. And as it turns out, it doesn't really. My research shows that woodland caribou do not seem to interact with these disturbances in the way we would anticipate, and they are not changing their site fidelity behavior, maintaining site fidelity at the same rate in close proximity to these dangerous, high-risk, disturbed sites. And this may indicate that caribou are falling into what is known as an ecological trap, where the caribou habitat is changing faster than the caribou can themselves. Understanding how caribou interact with their landscape is important for developing conservation strategies to help them not get any more rare or any further away than they already are today. Thank you.